Um, so weird. Okay, are we back? Are we live? We're back. We're live. Sorry for the. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I'm like, my freaking computer is a champ, and I have no dropped frames, and stupid Microsoft. All right, so let's get back to what we were looking at here, and we were on the women's title match, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I just don't. I don't have any interest in it. It's just. I don't know what's going on with this storyline. I don't know. It just seems so jumbled and seems like it's went everywhere. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no interest in it. I just don't care. I don't care who wins. I don't care who loses. I don't. It seems like there's nothing. It's just a lot of nothing to it to me. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a bunch of you have a you started off with this group with the Outcasts, and they were doing all right, but it was still weird booking.
Yep.
They've got to know better. Now Tony Storm thinks she's like Marilyn Monroe or something. I don't know what's going on with that. You got Sheeta, who's talented in the ring, but I don't care about her.
Yeah.
Britt Baker is honestly, I mean, obviously the star of the division, but she's been both like mid card at best. And I get it. They're trying to use her to help elevate some of the other women in the division,
Yeah.
which is smart. But it's just like she gets like almost no promo time. It's like what is there to care about right now?
Yeah, exactly. And for me personally, I think, again, I don't see. So Britt Baker has been like on the record over the last week, I think, saying that she's taking a back seat in this women's division. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know where you go here. I don't know where you. I don't know.
I think it's next because I don't think anybody cares about this match.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
All right. So let's get into something exciting. Okay.
Okay.
Let's get into this match.
Coffin match.
The
Christian.
coffin
Oh my
match.
God! Did you hear the promo he cut on this kid last week?
Yes. Did
Oh
he
my
say
God!
something about his dad dying?
He first said, "I understand
Has
you
that
have a
been like the
dad."
thing?
Oh, he did it to Jungle Boy. He's done it to this kid. I think he said something. I understand you have a dad, and I understand he's dead. And then he was like, "Oh, I heard I understand your dad was a professional wrestler that trained you. Well, he must have been a shitty professional wrestler because I never heard of him."
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Who is this guy? I love him.
Listen. Cliff Cage is coming
Cliff
soon, by
Cage
the
is
way.
coming tomorrow night. Cliff
Listen.
Cage.
Christian Cage is an absolute savage on the microphone, and we know this. He is an absolute savage on the microphone. And Sting is just, for his age, moves fantastic, so I'm not worried about him. Swerve Strickland. Okay, you want to hear a
Love
funny
him.
story about this guy?
Of course.
My first time wrestling in Virginia against Mike Verna, where he hit me. The ring was so stiff, he hit me with a sky high, and I shit myself.
I
But
remember the story. I remember that story.
Strickland was in the main event that night, and and that was the first time I got to meet him. This was like 9 years ago. So great guy. He was very nice. and just a great athlete. And this is going to be a fun match. Darby Allin loves to take risks. Swerve Strickland loves to take risks. Sting and Christian Cage are both veterans. They're gonna be hopefully the ringleaders of this match. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Christian Cage and Swerve Strickland are gonna pick up the W here. I think Christian Cage is white hot on the microphone right now. And I think and Swerve too. Unless, I don't know, they just kicked AR Fox out of the embassy.
Yeah, what was that about?
I don't know. The fans hated it.
Yeah, they bring him in.
They hated it. The fans hated it.
Listen, first of all, before we even go any further, Swerve Strickland needs to be in the main events. The guy's got a great presence. He's got like a mean streak. I think he's going to be great as a main event heel. Just give him that little shove. Christian, oh my God, what's he say about Christian? It's phenomenal. Sting, I don't think. I think Sting and Darby are taking it. I think they're winning. But I wouldn't be mad if Christian somehow came out on top.
Yeah,
he's been so good. Like he's not even the champion. He's carrying around the belt, and he's like he's been so great. Like. Get now this version of Christian.
Yeah,
I want to see him in the main event again because I'm not saying he needs to win the belt. I just want to see him mix it up with the top guys again.
Yeah.
And but I don't see. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they win, like from a personal standpoint, as like a fan.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't see it. I think Sting and Darby are taking it. It's their match. It's Sting, 80,000 people. Like come on, it's Sting.
Yeah. I think you got to give it to Christian Cage. His promos have been on fire. He's been in the spotlight because of his promos. I think he's just that good, and I don't know. Maybe you think we're gonna see Edge in the crowd tonight? You think Edge is in Wembley? I mean, I feel like it would have leaked already. I haven't really been checking the dirt sheets much today though because I've been really busy. But do we see Edge in the stands in the crowd to create some speculation, maybe to use it as like a little bit of a negotiation leverage with WWE?
I mean, they'd be walking a fine line by showing him.
You think so?
He's still technically under contract.
He is technically under contract, right? He said he had some contract extensions in his inbox.
Listen, Cliff Cage is not all elite yet.
Cliff Cage, yeah. So Sal thinks that Edge should change his name to Cliff Cage.
100%. There's no obvious. That's the obvious choice.
Yeah.
What is he gonna go by? Adam Copeland?
No, cannot go by Adam Copeland.
Not a bad name, but I mean, come on.
Yeah. Then we have CM Punk versus Samoa Joe.
CM Punk wins.
Whoa, really? That quick, huh?
It's the only option to me. The real world championship, the building to something, he's got to win 100%.
Yeah. You think so?
I think he wins, and I think he wins in less than 10 minutes.
Less than 10 minutes against Samoa Joe?
Against Samoa Joe. Less than 10 minutes.
Wow.
Hot take, but that's what
I don't know. I mean, listen. It's going to be... I think they're going to put on a classic. I think that's the reason why they have them on here.
Bro, they're both mid-40s. You think they're going to put on a classic?
I think they could put on a classic.
I think they could have a really good, compelling match, but a classic?
Yeah, I think they could put on a classic. Do we? Let's see here. Yeah, I think they could possibly put on a classic. So apparently our guest is back.
Okay. Can he hear us?
We're gonna find out right now. Mo, can you hear us? Are you there?
Oh,
Hold on, let's see. Oh, okay, he sees us. Let's see here. Mo, can you hear us?
I don't think he can hear.
Mo, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? I don't know what's going on. I don't know why he can't. Mo, can you hear me?
I
Mo?
feel like I could hear him moving around.
I could hear him. I don't know why he can't hear us.
I'm
Mosif?
gonna put a speaker up. Maybe his speakers are down. I don't know.
I don't know. Does he have a headset on? Mo, can you hear me? Hello? You're live on stream, Mo. Say something. I don't know. I don't know why he can't hear us.
Mo,
Mo, can you hear me?
Mo, that's a delicious beard.
Mo, can you hear me? I don't know.
Oh, he looks frustrated too.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just trying to get this. Got to get Skype, Mo. If you can hear me, get Skype.
Message him that. Tell him to download Skype real quick. We'll be on this for another hour.
All right, hold on. Let's see here. Download Skype. We could hear him. I could definitely hear him. Right?
Yeah, I could hear him.
I could definitely hear him.
Mo.
All right, well, poor
0
Mo.
for 2.
Mo is 0 for 2. Yeah, listen, man, people got to get Skype up in here for me, or Zoom. Okay, where were we? Samoa Joe.
You seem to think it's going to be a classic. I disagree.
I think it's going to be a great match. Listen, Samoa Joe and CM Punk are a lot older than normal wrestlers that are on this card. We could say that. I think they're going to have a good match. I think they're on this card to not have a crowd popping match. I think they're on this card to get applause. Like the Japanese.
Yeah, it's the nostalgia thing. It's the
Yeah.
one of the biggest feuds in Ring of Honor history, especially early Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
And if anybody in that crowd has any idea about the early days of Ring of Honor, which they should, because I do, and if I do, then I assume most really hardcore wrestling fans do. Like, they know that that's a big time deal. That was a big thing back then. That's one of the reasons why they both got signed to the, one to TNA, one to WWE.
Yeah.
So, of course, it's big, and it's going to be a nice little walk down memory lane. Mm-hmm. And it will be fun. That match on Collision about 2 months ago, whatever it was fun.
Yep.
But as far as a classic, I'm not gonna go that far. I'm gonna strongly disagree on that. I'll say it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Serviceable. You know what? At least serviceable, and I'll say to really, really decent. It'll be.
Yeah.
With think Punk going over.
You think Punk's gonna go over? Okay, that was gonna be my next question. You think Punk's gonna go over? I think
100%.
Punk has to go over.
Yeah,
and I think he's not gonna go over clean either. I think it's gonna be some tomfoolery.
You think he starts this heel turn?
I think so. Or something's got to happen. I don't see Punk. Listen, he can't even get up for the freaking GTS. He did a terrible GTS.
I know.
So. Yeah, I think Punk has to go over. I just don't know how. Maybe a brass knuckles or some stupid shit.
No, you see, but you know what? I think you're onto something. But I'm gonna say he's gonna win this clean, square in the middle, and then I have a little bit of a prediction for something else.
For another match or for this match?
Another match.
Okay. Well, hopefully I didn't forget to add it in. Then we got these guys.
This is going to be fun.
This is going to be very fun. I like a lot of the guys that are in this match. Santana, Ortiz are back.
Yeah, very happy about that.
Very happy about that. Eddie Kingston. Ray Phoenix not going to be there. I mean, that's okay.
I would replace Chuck with Ray Phoenix and be perfectly happy.
Yeah, okay. So now here's my thing, right? You got Orange Cassidy. He's really fun to watch. I don't listen. A lot of people don't like him. I don't know why, but I like him.
I love him.
I like him a lot.
To watch.
Yeah, and
he's one of my favorites.
So
you know who hates him though?
Who hates him?
I'll give you one guess. Who hates him?
PJ Stackpole.
Oh yes.
Really?
Our friend old Stacks cannot stand him.
Oh no.
What?
All right, so Drinking at Moe's says he has it downloaded. Hold on, let me ask him for his screen name.
Well, why'd you say, oh no?
Because I like him, and me and PJ usually agree on a lot of things. But listen, he's yes, the gimmick is a little iffy at times, right? Because
I love it. I love it all. But if you think about
I'm not mad at it. That's the thing. I'm not mad at it.
Think about the gimmick. It's only stupid, and it's only a slap in the face if the guys are selling his little weak kicks like they're hurt.
Right? Yeah.
Then that would make it stupid. It's not stupid because he's doing it, to fuck around, try to get in their heads and stuff. And no, it's not like nobody's selling it like they just got destroyed.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing. It's not like you said, it's not like that crazy. You know what I mean?
No. We've all seen a lot worse.
Yeah, we definitely have seen a lot worse, and I'm sure we will see even more that's worse.
Yeah.
But I like him. He's fun to watch. And then, of course, you have sick in the head Dean Ambrose, John Moxley.
Not Dean Ambrose anymore, bro.
Whatever you want to call him. I'm going to call him Dean Ambrose till the day I die because that's when I fell in love with the man. But John Moxley. We got John Moxley. Didn't that happen recently? Somebody called him. Maybe not him. Somebody said something where they called him by their WWE name by accident on AEW.
You know what, though? JR used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
But, I mean, listen, when a guy built his name and reputation over 10 years with a certain name,
yeah,
and, you'll hear all, like, the hardcore wrestling people be like, what do you mean? His name was John Moxley before he got to WWE. That was, like, yeah, okay, but, like, who knows him as that? Listen, the people that are all like, oh, was his name before he got, I guarantee 10% of the people that say that knew that.
Yeah.
The guy was in CZW. He wasn't in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
No offense to CZW, very at the time, especially like a pretty big independent, but it's not like independent wrestling now where everybody knows everything. You would have had to have been a really, really hardcore fan to, if you're from the West Coast, to follow with CZW or stuff of that nature. I'm not convinced that some of these weird people that just like to shit on people in their wrestling fandom knew who his name, like knew him as John Moxley. You might have known his name was John Moxley.
Yeah.
Because of whatever, but I'm sure you didn't watch him then. Liars.
Yeah. And that's another thing too. Did it work? Is Drinking at Moe's showing up here?
You're not even showing up.
Can you hear me? Mo, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, hold on. Can you not see me?
You know what? Let me get. No, I can't. There we go.
All right, hold on. Let's get you on the screen now. Let's get you on the big screen here. Who do we got? Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Let's see here. Mo, you are almost in. Let's get you in here. I can't wait for you to see Mo. Okay, Mo is in. Hold on, let me get you all resized up here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Yeah.
Can you do me a favor? Can you let me see here. Let me just size you up here. Can you turn your camera vertical, please?
I have it vertical.
No, horizontal. I failed math.
Oh, there we go.
That's not math.
Whoa, that looks funky.
I don't make the rules, okay, Sal? I just break them. All right. Wow. It only took me 40 minutes to figure this out.
I don't see nothing.
You don't see anything.
Well, I see Mo, but I don't see you.
Oh, you don't see me. Hold on here. Hold on. Really?
Yeah.
Maybe it's cut off a little bit. It might be cut off a little bit.
No, I don't even see like the overlay screen.
Nothing. What do you see then?
I see a box with Mo, and then I see another box that says WB.
Oh, that's weird.
Is the live stream though? That's the most important thing. People see.
Mo looks tremendous on the live stream. You look tremendous on the live stream. Everybody looks so good.
I don't see nothing.
I don't know what you're talking about. Me looking good. I'm one ugly sumbitch, but whatever.
All right, Mo. Hold on 1 second here. Let me get you and make sure I have you all mixed in here with us. So, this is what we were chatting about. Let's get your opinion on this. Can you see that?
I can see that, yeah.
Okay. So we went through a bit of the card here. Hold on 1 second here. We went through a bit of the card. What is your opinion on this match, the Stadium Stampede match?
Stadium Stampede? Oh, boy. That one, it's, in my opinion, Blackpool Combat Club's kind of needing this win because, I mean, you already had them lose blood and guts, and now you get Stadium Stampede here, and then, yeah, you already had something was taken away during, the blood and guts match. I mean, I get why, the Elite won that. So now you factor in, Santana and Ortiz coming back. The other team, in my opinion, they could afford a loss here, and it wouldn't really take a whole lot away from them.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking this one has to go to Blackpool Combat Club and Santana and Ortiz.
Yeah. So Santana and Ortiz, they just came back. I hate with a passion when they have people come back and then they just crap all over them and make them lose. Sal, do you agree with that?
Yes, I hate that. That's one of my least favorites ever. 100%. I think it's the stupidest thing. I agree with Big Mo over here. Although the only thing that I'm curious about is Eddie Kingston. He's always, it seems like he's always on the other end of a loss, the wrong end of a loss, I should say. Especially when it seems like they might start trying to heat him up a little bit. I think it'd be okay if he loses, but as long as he's not the one that loses. But I think it definitely needs to still splinter off into him and Moxley one-on-one.
Yeah, as long as Kingston's not the one taking the pin, I can see him being okay with the loss. And I also agree on the point of, hating when, people make a big return and people are all excited, which, I mean, a lot of people are with regards to Santana and Ortiz. I know I'm one of them. I'm happy to see them back. But to see them take a loss here, it would just be like, okay, you kind of just threw them into a brick wall, the momentum that they had on that return.
Yeah. I could agree with that. And again, I hate when they do that. They build. Listen. Can I ask you guys a question? If Ray Phoenix is in this match, I'm not trying to crap on them. Is Santana Ortiz in this match? If Ray Phoenix
100%.
is not in this match, okay. So
Totally.
100%.
they know.
We talked about this last week. I had a feeling this was happening.
Right? So this is where I'm going with this. They know they're going to be in the match. They know they're going to return. There's no way that they could crap all over them unless they don't take the pinfall, unless they blame it on somebody else. But if they knew, if this was not a split decision and they weren't putting them in a tough spot and this was planned for them to return, join this match, which they definitely deserve. These guys have busted their asses for many, many years. Me and Sal, we have been in the ring with these guys.
I've never been in the ring with them, but I know what you mean.
Okay, so you never trained with them?
No.
Okay, so I had the privilege to train with them. Listen, I don't know if they're ever going to watch this, but if they watch this, they'll know what I'm talking about here. They were doing good stuff back then. They've only progressed and grown. So if they know that they're in a good spot and they know that they're going to return, there's no way they could poop all over them. Shit all over them, whatever you want to do. I can't believe
you would think, but they've kind of done that their whole time in AEW so far, so.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so look at Hook. Hook had a lot of momentum. And I don't really hear much about Hook anymore.
But that's the story about AEW in a lot of ways. These guys get some momentum, and then they just shut it down.
Yeah.
What happened to Ricky Starks, right? Ricky Starks had some momentum when he first turned babyface.
Yeah.
That got shut down. Eddie Kingston had a ton of momentum, and then somehow that got shut down.
Yeah.
He started to get it back a little bit, but...
Yeah, he's starting to get it back now, especially, after he had, winning the New Japan Strong title, and now that run-in that he had to kind of set up this whole Stadium Stampede match, kind of gaining a little bit of the momentum back. So I'm a huge Eddie Kingston fan, and I'm going to hate to see him take the loss, regardless of if he's the guy that ends up getting pinned or not. But it's just, like I said at the start, I do not see, they want to kind of, I hate to say rebuild the momentum with the Blackpool Combat Club, but after Blood and Guts, they're kind of needing to get back to that ruthless, just beat the absolute shit out of them, guys. Which, I mean, they're doing, but they need to end up stockpiling wins here for a little bit.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I'm going to go, my prediction for that match is I'm going to go with Santana Ortiz and Blackpool Combat Club. I just want to say this. I love Eddie Kingston. And if you're watching, which he's probably not, I think the only people that are watching respectively is my wife. And that's it. Yeah. But I hope he lights a cigarette and ducks it out on Jon Moxley's tongue. That's all I'm going to say. I would love to see that.
That would be epic. I know, as far as people that I know are probably watching this right now, I have a guy that I brought in to be a co-host of a secondary part of my podcast. So he told me he's watching, but as far as predictions go, Blackpool Combat Club and Santana Ortiz pulling out the win on this one.
Okay. Sal, what do you have to say?
Agreed. BCC.
Yeah. Okay. BCC all
or BBC, you know what I
mean? Bald by choice is what he meant.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, bald by choice. None of us in this room is the BBC, by the way. Getting to our next match.
I can't see what you're doing.
Okay, I'm going to explain. We have the House of Black versus the Acclaimed with, now this is not Daddy Ass. This
I can't even see
is
you, Ian Older.
Badass.
I can't even see you. Do you have camera off, bro?
no, my camera. I think it's your Skype setting. If you look at because we have more than 2 participants in the room, if you look at your Skype settings, it should say like the view. It should be like together mode or large gallery or grid mode.
Yeah, because I know I'm seeing the screen that he has with the match graphic on it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, you raised their hand. Hi.
I did that.
You
I
raised
didn't
your
mean to
hand.
do that.
So we have the House of Black versus the Acclaimed with badass Billy Gunn. This is not Daddy Ass. This is badass Billy Gunn. I think it's gonna be fun. I like House of Black. The Acclaimed are still hot, and Billy Gunn is just phenomenal, in phenomenal shape. He looks great. I mean, he was extremely tan the last time I saw him on TV. He was so tan that I was like, man, he's like really tan. But yeah, I think House of Black are gonna go over on this one. But it's gonna be a fun match. I'm gonna enjoy it. As much as I would like to see Billy Gunn get the W, I think he's in this match to give the House of Black the rub. What do you guys think?
This one's going to be interesting because I'm hearing a lot of talk about the Acclaimed with badass Billy Gunn pulling out. A lot of people thinking they're going to be pulling out the win here. And when I hear their arguments, it wouldn't really surprise me, to be honest.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think Acclaimed and Billy Gunn win. I think they're not bringing the way this story is unfolded. I don't think you bring Billy Gunn back in this way to lose. They've been building it up for a few months. Like, hey, we want to get this guy one more title run before he actually does retire.
Yeah.
And if they lose 3 times to these guys, that kind of makes them look like a bunch of J-Brones. So I think the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn take it.
Yeah, I completely agree with bringing him back. It would be pointless if the way it was going, the way they built it up, that they didn't pull out the win here. It would just seem pointless.
Yeah, I agree.
100%.
I agree too. House of Black. I think House of Black takes it home.
What?
I think House of Black takes it home. I think you see what I did
I'm
there.
a huge fan, and I wouldn't mind. I like them a lot, but I just as far as the way the direction that this story has gone, I just can't see it.
Yeah, I would tend to agree there. Like I said, House of Black, amazing. I'm loving all of them. Good Lord, the run that they've been on, phenomenal. It's just the way that they built it up from when Billy Gunn, air quotes, retired, and then having him come back like this. It heavily makes me that they're going to be pulling out the win here.
All right. Well, I have a question for both of you. I'll ask Sal first. Sal, where do Billy's kids fall into play here? Do they interfere in the match, or are they just not to be seen? The guns are the guns. The gold. What are they called now? The Golden Guns or the Golden Elite?
Well, I didn't even think about them because they're kind of in Bullet Club. I feel like for them to go back to that would just be a disservice to everybody involved.
Well, do you set up who are they going after now? The Bullet Club? Are they going after the Elite?
They're going after the Elite, and I'm thinking they're going to be a non-factor in this one.
I agree.
I think they're going to be more of a factor in that one with the Golden Elite. I think they're going to be more of a factor in that one.
Yeah. We shall see. We're actually going to get into that match right after we get into this one because I'm actually really excited for this match. this one that we're going to talk about. I think the story is tremendous. So we got Chris Jericho versus Will Ospreay.
Why do you say his name like that?
How do you say it?
Ospreay.
Ospreay. Okay. Listen,
Did
again.
you see the video that just came out from the Rev Pro show today where Jericho went to that show and attacked Ospreay?
Yeah, I heard about that. I think that's great storytelling. I think it makes it feel real. Like Jericho will find you in any nook and cranny of London and beat your ass. Listen, in terms of saying his last name, I was never good at geography. So, the story that these guys told in the ring was brilliant. Both promos were very, very good. It felt like a big fight feel. It felt real. And Chris Jericho knows exactly how to do that and how to get this match over, and he did that. He executed it absolutely. Listen, there was realism when he spoke about calling him on the phone. You know, and you have Will Ospreay, who really, really has something to prove here, because he can then add Chris Jericho to that infamous tally of people that he has beaten in the last couple months, right? So, Sal, how do you feel about this matchup? Chris Jericho versus Will Ospreay.
I think it's going to be really good, and not because of Chris Jericho. I mean, I'm a big Jericho fan overall, but I mean, well, you know what? It'd be fun. It'd be fun seeing him as a babyface again. That'll be fun. But also, is he going to be a babyface? He's going to be in this guy's fucking home country. So, we don't know. Will Ospreay is amazing. He's talented, beyond belief. I think he's a main event no matter where he goes. So I think, and that's not to say Jericho's not going to hold up his end. I'm sure he'll do all right. But I just, Jericho over the last couple of years has just been, to me, like I call him the momentum killer. If you really want to kill somebody's momentum, put him in the feud with Jericho, Starks, Kingston. You know what I mean? And it is just, yeah. But I mean, he is Chris Jericho. So
I think they are both going to be monster baby faces in this match. Okay? I think you have Ospreay, who's in his home country, and Jericho, the entire crowd's going to sing Judas along with him. I think this is definitely going to be this match has I feel it has the potential to blow the roof off the joint. What do you say, Mo?
Yeah, this one does have that potential to completely blow the roof off the place. I know apparently Jericho is going to be... I know Fozzy is going to be playing Judas out live for this, apparently.
Yeah.
So that's be interesting.
He's going to be so blown up by the time he gets to the ring.
Oh, God, yeah. But my whole thing, if this was, let's say, how WWE has been known to do with a hometown guy, they'd completely humiliate him. AEW hasn't really done that as much, if at all, that I can remember. With them wanting to, I imagine, build up, that Don Callis family, however the heck it's going to be, who's going to be the next person in. If you're wanting to really build them up, I don't see Will Ospreay losing. Not just because of building up the Don Callis family, just because, hometown guy, that crowd is going to go absolutely ape shit if Will Ospreay ends up losing.
What if, guys, hear me out on this. What if Sammy Guevara costs Chris Jericho the match and he joins the Callis family?
Ooh.
That is interesting. I hadn't thought about that, but with everybody else in the, Jericho Appreciation Society having left,
Right, and that's
Sammy,
my rationale is they've already left. It's like if they were to do it, it'd be obvious
yeah,
because
and
they've already clearly established where they are. Guevara's been, still with him, and he's been with him for what, 4 years now.
yeah, and what was it? The 2.0, they were already confronting him
Right.
on, what was it, Rampage or Dynamite? I'm forgetting which one right now, but they were already
77 shows. So,
oh, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be like, is that setting that idea in his head? Like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
Well, I'm gonna put the infographic back up and let's take our picks. So we got Jericho versus Ospreay. I'm going Ospreay on this one. I think he needs it more than Jericho. I think Jericho could pass the torch to him in this match, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. What say you, Sal?
Ospreay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going along with both of you guys on that, and I agree with your point on, Jericho doesn't really need the win. He can definitely be passing along the torch here to Ospreay. So yeah, it would be hard to convince me otherwise on Ospreay winning this.
Right, and it just extends the story with Callis even more. Like,
Yeah,
either have Callis directly interfere or have somebody else like Sammy Guevara be a new member of the Callis people.
Yep.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. Okay, let's. Now we're starting to get into like the real thick of it, with that Ospreay Jericho match. So let's get into this now. We have Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, Ibushi versus Juice Robinson, Jay White, and Takeshita. Did I say? Did I? What? That one.
It's weird. It's weird how they pronounce it. I can see how somebody would say it like that.
I was I failed driving school, so I all right.
I think the Elite win. I think this is just a reason to get the Elite on the card, or a way to get them on the card.
Yeah.
It's also a way to extend Kenny and Takeshita, which I would assume is going to be next week, 1-on-1. I have no idea. Have they even done anything with that yet? But I think it's just a way to get Hangman, Omega, and Kota Ibushi on the show. And I shouldn't say not just them, all the parties involved. But I think it's going to be a good 15-minute sprint and the Elite win.
Yeah, you know what? I hadn't really thought of it that way, but you bring up a good point that this match could very well set up Omega versus Takeshita at All Out literally the next weekend. And literally they've only had, one match announced for that entire show so far?
I didn't even know they had any.
Can I just chime in here and say that I absolutely hate that they have another pay-per-view next week?
No, yeah.
It makes me hate AEW more. Like I listen, I don't listen. I'm not huge fans of AEW. I've always been a WWE guy. I'm really trying to get into AEW, but then they do things like that, and it makes me scratch my head.
Yeah, no, that move right there definitely made me scratch my head. Like, really space it out a little bit. But yeah, I think literally All Out they have what was it? Hobbs and Miro announced so far.
So that'll be fun.
That one's gonna be a awesome match to see. I love those. I mentioned on my podcast before, I gravitate towards those like guys that just ooze that intensity, and both of those guys do just that. So it's gonna be epic. But as far as this match goes, yeah, I don't see the Golden Elite losing. And I definitely see this being a setup for Omega Takeshita for All Out.
Takashaki. His name.
This is why when I have people on my podcast with that, like, the name pronunciation might look funny to me, I'm like, I ask them before I even start recording, because I'm like, I don't even want to try butchering up a name when I'm already recording, because I'm just gonna feel awkward as hell.
I don't care. I was never good at running the subjects here.
Social studies.
I failed the drug tests, so I don't know. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
The other part that I was just thinking of that I actually had in my notes here is
Notes, you came prepared.
the guns factoring in here. Although, you know what, I find it hard to still not call them the ass boys. I can't not call them that. Like, Danhausen completely ruined it for me. Like, now every time I see them, it's just the ass boys. Hell, I even made a joke about those two and posted it on Instagram. And one of them, I think it was Austin, actually posted it on his story and said, "Oh, Gandalf's got jokes," and I just laughed my ass off. I'm like, yeah, he called me Gandalf.
I like the guns. I like the guns a lot. I wish it would be. How sick would it be to get that many men entrance in Wembley Stadium?
They already have spent how much money to be able to use different prongs?
You know what we have
to, like, on a consistent basis. So, why not throw a little more at that one?
Because you know what they're doing? I'll tell you what they're going to do. I'll tell you right now what they're going to do. They haven't announced it, but I almost guarantee. Remember a month ago, Jeff Jarrett hit Grado over the head with the guitar.
Yeah.
They're going to have Like a Prayer bumping through Wembley at some point. That's another bold prediction.
Interesting. But yeah, no, to go on a prediction here, yeah, I don't see the Golden Elite losing. I don't.
For me, I think the Kenny Omega's just, they're gonna have to set something big up for him soon, and I think and I hope they'll give us Kenny Omega versus CM Punk at some point. I think it's a match that needs to take place. It needs to happen. May never happen, but yeah, I don't see how the Elite don't go over here. But we only have 2 more matches to go over, and these next 2 matches are big ones. FTR versus the Bucks.
Ooh.
This match, I have a feeling is going to break my heart because I love the FTR, and I would love nothing more than to see them go over. But I don't know if they can go over because of Cash Wheeler's incident. I don't know if he's going to have to take a lot of time off for, like, court and stuff like that, and maybe not. But
bro, they work once a week. They'll be all right. He'll be all right.
You think so? Okay. Well, I hope they know that, and I hope that they figured it out, and FTR could get the W here. But
yeah,
they might have to take the titles off the Bucks. Enlighten me, Sal.
Earlier tonight, I told you I had a prediction.
Yeah.
I think FTR wins.
Mm-hmm.
I think FTR is winning.
Okay.
They do the embrace after, like, they've been feuding for a decade, right?
Mm-hmm.
They give the hugs, slap hands, give hugs and kisses, throw the babies in the air, all that good stuff. And then we're gonna have a hooded figure jump over the rails and start attacking the Bucks. And then he's gonna take the hood off, and it's gonna be one Phil Brooks, aka CM Punk, and they're gonna splinter off into that. That's swerving us, bro.
That's a bold prediction.
I think FTR wins. That's just me hoping, but I honestly think FTR wins, and at the very least, I think they're gonna do like the whole handshake hug thing at the end because they're both baby faces and they've been feuding with each other for a decade. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think regardless of who wins, that is probably going to be what happens at the very end of it. But yeah, I can't help but wonder how those real life situations with Wheeler are going to factor in here. I hope they don't. I really hope that they don't. But it makes me wonder because, other people have had legal ramifications come up and they've had to take time away. And if that's going to be the same with Wheeler here, as much as I hate it, and I hope like hell that I'm wrong, I'm thinking this one's going to the Young Bucks. I hope like hell I'm wrong, though.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I'm unfortunately gonna have to agree with that. We'll see. I guess we'll see.
Are we keeping tallies? Are we like having a little wrestling prediction competition here? Is that what we're doing?
You might have to. You might have to let me give my little predictions on those ones you already went over if we're going to do that.
All right, so let's spitball, right? I'll put them right up. Me and Sal gave our predictions already. So I'm going to give you we're going to go into like a fire round here. I'm going to hit you with a prediction. I'm going to show it up on the screen and you can give me your pick. Are you ready?
All right.
We went over pretty much everybody. You got here for the Stadium Stampede, right?
Yep, I was. Okay. That was my first one. Yep.
All right, so you didn't miss many. You only missed 3 matches.
Okay.
So let's start it now. Okay, give me your prediction.
I'm seeing Hook. I don't know why. If they're gonna end up getting rid of it, just the sheer thought of Jack Perry being the guy to retire the FTW title just doesn't, for some reason, sit right with me. I don't get the whole thing they're doing with the whole Jack Perry turn has just been weird as hell. I'm not really getting it myself, but long story short, Hook. This one's gonna be tricky.
Yeah.
With Adam Cole, MJF, and Aussie Open. I keep on hearing people talk about, who's gonna turn on who. Is it gonna be Adam Cole, MJF? I have honestly been thinking that Roderick Strong and the Kingdom are gonna factor in here. Honestly, I see it going one of two ways. I see Aussie Open winning, and because of the Kingdom and Roderick Strong costing Adam Cole and MJF, and I hope like hell that this isn't going to happen, but I also see a secondary way of the interference backfiring, Adam Cole and MJF winning, and then it's setting up a thing with Adam Cole and MJF and the Kingdom.
Yeah,
I think you're right about your first. I think it's going to be Aussie Open wins.
I hope
because Roderick Strong does something to Adam Cole. Yeah, and it's going to play into what I'm going to tell you at the main event.
Yep. No, if I had very quick, really long story short here, I'm going with Aussie Open.
Okay. Got the women's 4-way. Who's your pick?
Oh, God, another tricky one for me because I see...
I don't even think I picked. I think I was having so much technical difficulties I didn't even pick, but I'm going to pick...
I don't think I picked for this either.
I'm going to pick Britt Baker. She is a megastar, and she's got to start stacking up title wins, and hopefully will lead to a Britt Baker versus Charlotte Flair match somewhere in the future when one of them leave their respective company. That's my prediction.
Okay.
Long-term booking here.
I get where you're going there. I'm thinking Soraya and Tony Storm kind of cancel each other out, because you kind of saw at the end of Rampage there was that little tension there with them both trying to hold up the title and it being like, oh no, I'm winning, but no, I'm winning. And it's leading me to think that it's going to be between Hikaru Shida and Britt Baker. I feel weird if I were to pick Britt Baker right now, because I don't like when places just hot potato a title around, and I'm going with Hikaru Shida.
Well, I'm glad I didn't say her name earlier. Okay, so Mo, you're all caught up, and
did you guys go over that coffin match?
Oh, we did. Hold on. Yep, you're not caught up then. Yeah, all right. So here you go. Give me your predictions on the coffin match.
The coffin. A few of these are pretty damn tricky, because there's that thought of how much time does Sting have left. But then you hear that Tony Khan is saying, why would he put a timetable on when Sting is going to be done? This one, it's going to be intense.
Yeah.
And Sting and Darby Allin. I'm going to go there.
I think Christian Cage gets monster heat by injuring Sting and putting him on the shelf.
I can see that.
Especially because they drop little seeds about Sting's longevity. Put his neck in a chair and step on it.
Yeah, dang it. I'm kind of almost, and I'm going back on what I just said, because, man, I see that when I've watched a lot of shows, and one of my prediction shows that I've done, I believe on SummerSlam, I ended up only getting like 2 wrong in the entire show, and I basically based it on watching the go home shows, and whoever got the upper hand on the go home show ended up losing on the pay-per-view premium live event, whatever. Which, if I were to go with that, I'd have to go with Swerve and Christian Cage here.
Yeah, listen. I am not going to get any of these right. I can't even get their names right. So,
so yeah, no, I'm switching. As much as this would be kind of a fitting way to end Sting's little undefeated streak in AEW in a coffin match. So yeah, I'll go Swerve and Christian Cage.
Now, is this like I'm assuming this is like a traditional casket match?
That is my guess. Yes.
Okay, or are they just allowed to use coffins as weapons? That would be cool.
No, you have to get it. You got to get put in it.
I guess double coffin.
Yeah, probably like like if Darby gets put in one, he's gone. You know what I mean? He's out of the match, elimination style.
He's dead.
Oh, that
yeah. I think you're having to put both of them in there. So yeah.
I think. Listen, Sting gets put in the coffin. Smoke starts to come out of the coffin. They open the coffin. It's the Undertaker.
that would be epic. I don't know if that'll actually happen, but it would be pretty damn epic.
It would have to be Mean Mark Calloway and Cliff Cage.
Cliff Cage, yes.
Cliff Cage, if you don't know, Cliff Cage is Sal's prediction if Edge were to join AEW. Cliff Cage is his prediction for his new name.
To me, that's the only name that's...
Do you get it? Edge of a cliff?
And then Cage for Christian Cage, Cliff Cage.
Yeah. Although apparently that won't be able to happen as far as him being at All In, because if I'm not mistaken, his contract doesn't end until the end of September.
Yes. Sal was saying that earlier too. But he could be in the audience. Why can't he buy a ticket?
Yeah, good. That is a good point.
But can they show him without, ruffling some feathers and a potential lawsuit?
I mean,
Um,
hell, WWE's already pulled some shit like that with trying to get AEW people. So
yeah, I don't think they would run into legal problems unless he's just a celebrity, right?
unless they used his WWE ring name, if they just use Adam Copeland, I could
Come on.
see it.
They got to use Cliff Cage.
Jim Ross. Jim Ross is gonna say Edge a million times.
Oh God!
Yeah.
I can see
Good
that.
God Almighty! It's Edge. It's Edge.
Yeah, no, that I could see that happening.
Were you here for the CM Punk Samoa Joe match?
Oh dang! Yeah, I didn't go over that one either.
All right, well, now is your time to shine, my man.
Who
you got? Who you got going into this?
I want Samoa Joe to win, but I don't see that air quotes real world title going off of Punk until they have a unification match between both of the world titles, and then I see it going off of them. Until then, I see Punk's winning this as much as I want Samoa Joe. Yeah. So, although to be honest, that's the way it's been with a lot of this show.
Mm-hmm.
That a lot of it hasn't just been building and building. It, with the exception of a few matches, a lot of it has just been kind of the last couple weeks just here.
Yeah. So, all right. So you got.
I got Punk.
You got Punk. I got Punk too, and Sal, I'm pretty sure he had Punk too, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, it's
all right,
time.
We're
now.
all caught up then, I believe.
Well, now it's time for the main event. This is what everybody's paying money for to see. I mean, listen. This is gonna be a heart-wrenching match. They're gonna tease breaking up the entire match. They have to. That's the story behind this. It's funny. After we go over this match, I have a quick little story about a friend of mine, a friend of ours that gave me his expert opinion on the show. So it's gonna be this is gonna be an emotional roller coaster of a match. I think it's fitting. They did a great job building this story, and I think I'm kind of in a debacle. I don't know which way this goes. It could go either way. I know I have to pick somebody, but I'm not ready to pick yet. So I'm gonna let you guys talk about it, and maybe you guys will help me make a decision.
I think Adam Cole wins, and I think the Kingdom help him out. I think he takes the win. He's whatever, and Roderick, that whole crew come out and they help. Yeah. But at the same time, I struggle with that because 80,000 people, your first ever, you kind of want to send them home on a high note, right? You want to make them happy. So, and it would be foolish to have them help him win and then have a big baby face come out and stomp on that. So it's how do you? But I'm gonna go with the prediction. Adam Cole wins the belt with the Kingdom helping.
Yeah, this is tricky because I was almost leaning towards the Kingdom and Roderick Strong kind of costing Adam Cole the match, not really teaming with MJF, the whole debacle that they've been having about, Adam Cole choosing MJF over Roderick Strong, and Roderick Strong looking all pissed off and going to the Kingdom, and wow, I've gone back and forth on this one a bunch, and I can't help but, man, hell, even as I'm thinking about this, I'm going back and forth on it, but it's gonna be an absolute roller coaster, as y'all said, and I don't think MJF is gonna be having that title going off of him until it gets closer to that bidding war of 2024, as he keeps on putting it. Whether or not that there's actually going to be a bidding war, I don't know that. I don't know how likely that is going to be.
I think there actually is going to be a bidding war, and I think that MJF is a megastar, and WWE would be stupid to not at least place a bid on this guy. This guy is money.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with you there one bit. The WWE would be stupid to not at least put feelers out there, put an offer. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't think that title is going off at MJF until it gets a little bit closer to that.
Yeah.
So MJF, I'm going MJF.
Okay. I guess I have to pick somebody, right? So if I had to pick, I would say Adam Cole. He's going to double cross him. He's going to stab him in the back. They're going to break up. Then you're going to have a white hot babyface MJF chasing the title. We spoke about this a couple weeks ago on our podcast.
Okay.
And now Roderick Strong, I think, is definitely going to play a part in this. And I don't necessarily. So I agree with Sal. This is the first venue, 80-something thousand people there. You want to send them home happy. I think AEW has a trick up their sleeve at some point in the show.
Yeah.
But I think them breaking up could also send the fans home in shock, which, we'll see. It could be like it's going to be I think people are expecting it, so I don't even know if they're going to go that way. But
yeah,
the story, they have to do something. And then what happens at the next pay-per-view, which is in a week? You have the rematch?
Yeah, that is where it gets tricky, because I see both of your points there, that this, you want to send them home happy, but you want that ending, the ending of that first show to leave people just I'm trying to think of a good word to put it. You want that just blow the roof off of the place reaction for that first show overseas, big stadium. So I can see the outcome going the way you guys are predicting. I can see it going that way, so it wouldn't really surprise me. But I still, the breakup of this team, from what I'm hearing just about everywhere, is everybody just absolutely loves these two teaming together. They've just been making just freaking money up the wazoo with this damn team.
Yeah.
And So I don't see an outcome that would break them up, sending the crowd home happy. So that would lead me to still believe MJF pulling out the win. But the outcome that you guys had predicted would not surprise me one bit.
So do you think they hug at the end? Is that the way they go? Do they do that, and then I don't know, does the match end, do they hug, and then maybe somebody attacks them? Maybe somebody debuts.
I can see that.
Yeah. And then maybe they set up for the next pay-per-view Adam Cole and MJF versus somebody else. It's so weird because you have they put themselves in such a sticky predicament having.
But who's out there to debut right now that's big enough that would warrant that?
No, I don't see anybody. That's what we were talking about a couple weeks ago too. I don't see anybody right now that is a big enough name in the professional wrestling world that could debut on such a large scale and make an impact.
Yeah, no, I definitely get you there. That for somebody to debut, it would have to be such a monstrous. Wow, words are hard.
Yeah,
monstrous name that people would be like, "Oh, okay, I damn that crazy." Yeah. I don't see anybody at that point right now that's available.
Kane and The Undertaker, the Brothers of Destruction.
Yeah, that would definitely do it. However, unlikely that I see it, but yeah, oh God, so many matches on here that are kind of tricky. This one, yeah, no, I don't see any outcome on here that breaks up the team of Better Than You, baby, as they call them.
Yeah,
I don't see that team getting broken up here, sending that 8,000 strong crowd home happy.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. And listen, MJF, Adam Cole, they really booked themselves, I think, in a weird position. You have the heavyweight champion on the pre-show in a tag team match, which I felt like this didn't need to happen.
That one right there, yeah.
And then you have, yeah, go ahead, Mo. You want to give your input on that?
I was just going to say, when I first heard that match get announced, I'm like, the thought that just popped into my head was, why? Like, I get having Ring of Honor titles on a show of that magnitude, but it's like those damn titles don't ever seem to be on the damn Ring of Honor shows. And it's just like, yeah, you bring eyes like, oh, those guys are on Ring of Honor. I'll go check them out on the Ring of Honor shows. But when they're never on the damn shows defending the damn titles, it kind of just nullifies that.
Yeah. I guess, we're going to have to watch tomorrow afternoon and see what happens. I want to share a quick tidbit here. A friend of ours was talking to him earlier today about, AEW, and he said that this is going to be, this show is going to be for the boys, and they're going to do a lot of things to try to pop the boys in the back. There's going to be a lot of, there's going to be 15 Sister Abigails. Chris Jericho's walking to the ring with a lantern.
Is this a Stackpole prediction?
This is a Stackpole prediction. He said it's going to be, I don't want to paraphrase here, but I'm pretty sure he said it was going to be, let's see, pure masturbation for the boys in the back.
You
I,
know,
listen,
I don't know if I would have thought about that terminology for it, but
that's why I
I
love
get
PJ. He's so honest, and yeah, I get it too. And I'll tell you why I get it really quickly, and then I'll let you comment. They make me scratch my head a lot. I understand they are on a magnitude now. I feel like they are the second company. They, I don't think they're on the same level as WWE, but they're like damn close. Out of every other wrestling promotion out there, AEW is up there. And I don't even view them as like a WCW, WWF type of deal. I view them as a whole different entity and their own powerhouse. And I just, they have a lot of backstage issues. That's a lot in the news.
yeah.
They run things in a very peculiar way, and it really makes me scratch my head. And then I even mentioned, when I was talking to him, they had the Texas Chainsaw Massacre match, which the match was fine. I don't care about the match. The match was fun, but then to have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that was very WWE Miz gets eaten by zombies type of situation. Now,
they got paying a lot of money for that, though. So
yeah, so I guess you have to do it, but
that was complete Vince Russo-esque sort of booking.
Yeah.
No, that's why Vince Russo would do it with no monetary gain. They made money off that.
Bro, what do you mean, bro?
Bro, everybody likes the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1977, bro.
Oh man, one day we'll tell everybody our Vince Russo stories.
Bro, very nice guy.
He is a very nice guy.
Very nice guy.
Yeah. Like you mentioned, there's some stuff there that has kind of made me scratch my head a lot lately, but I definitely agree with you on that other topic of, I don't think in the world of nationally televised pro wrestling that there's ever been somebody that's been this close of a second to WWE in a while.
Yeah, 100%. They have the power. They definitely have the power. They have also the power, and Sal, let me know if you agree with this, and then we'll close the show. But AEW has the power to negotiate with top stars. Yeah, WCW had that power when WCW was hot. Big difference, the Khans have a ton of money. I don't see them going under anytime soon.
Well, if you remember correctly, if you hear, like, I read, whatever, there was like some sort of, the WCW didn't go under because of money. They went under because Turner and AOL didn't want them anymore.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a lack of, I mean, don't get me wrong, they were probably losing a ton of money.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the reason. Was they just didn't want to do wrestling anymore.
Yeah, I think it was a combination of both. That, I believe at the time, they were pretty much hemorrhaging money, but I think the largest factor in there was the AOL Time Warner merger. When it happened, they just decided they didn't want WCW programming anymore.
Terrible. Well, AEW's up there.
Definitely.
The wrestling world is booming right now. 80-something thousand people. For Wembley, WWE just sold out. They didn't sell out, excuse me. 90,000 tickets over 2 days for WrestleMania 40. Wrestling is hot right now.
That it is.
That it is, and I could say that everybody's doing great. But yeah, make sure you guys check out AEW All In London, Wembley Stadium, 80-something thousand people. I'm really curious to see what their official attendance is.
I can't wait to see what it looks like too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be watching. A friend of mine that actually used to live with me invited me over, and a few of his other friends, to watch the show. So I will definitely be keeping a close eye to see whenever the hell they announce the official attendance numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, last prediction: are the attendance numbers inflated?
Probably.
It's going to be 436,000 people in attendance when the
there's
reports come out.
526,000 people there.
Will it be inflated slightly? Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But to the level that it's been said that WWE inflates them.
Yeah, they all do.
And not so much.
They all do. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if at a WWE event or a AEW event they had 70,000 doctors there, and they were like, yeah, they were just all doctors in this one room. We had to count them. They were in the building.
Yeah, I can see it, but it literally it's been told that WWE they account people that the ticket takers, the people scanning the tickets in, and all the staff in the arena. I remember when they announced the attendance for SummerSlam, I joked, "Hey, nice to see the janitors getting some recognition."
Yeah, you're right about that. But listen, needless to say, it's going to be a monster show. I'm actually really excited for it. I'm going to be honest. This is probably like the third or fourth show from AEW that I've actually been really excited for. So yeah, I can't wait to watch. And, thank you guys. Thank you, Drinking at Moe's. Now, please give us, let the people know your social media. Let them know if you got anything going on in the next couple of weeks.
The social media handles, Twitter's big_Mo83, Twitter X, whatever the hell you want to call it now, Instagram, and that is Drinking at Moe's. You can also find me Facebook, Drinking at Moe's.
Yeah, great podcast, by the way. Great podcast.
Oh yeah, I actually just passed 150 recorded episodes. I still have to edit number 150 because technical stuff, but the person that I said was going to be number 150, actually Famous B. So I'm looking forward to getting that one out there. And then let me try to see who else. I just confirmed recordings with a bunch of people from the deathmatch community, including Matt Tremont's promotion, but Neil Diamond Cutter, I got him coming on. So I'm got a lot of good stuff coming up. So definitely keep an eye on all the social medias. I post there when I'm done recording with people. I post, different, I try to get funny stuff in there for, little jokes like my little one on the Ass Boys, and I liken them to the seagulls from Finding Nemo. So yeah. I post a lot of varied content. I got my creations on my collections. I got next month I'm going to be at a local promotion here having their event entitled Over the Top, where they actually have one of the main events is going to be a steel cage match for their tag team titles that I'm
very cool.
Pretty excited to go to. I've never seen a cage match in person, so I can't pass that up. But yes, Drinking at Moe's on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. big_Mo83 on X or Twitter, and got a lot of good stuff coming up.
Awesome. Yeah, Drinking at Moe's. Make sure you guys follow him on all social media. Check his podcast out. And make sure you check out our podcast, the Hot Tag Podcast, with Billy and Sal, because we are absolute maniacs who love pro wrestling, and Sal is the brains of the operation, and I have to figure out how to say wrestlers' names. So make sure you guys watch us. Any final words, Sal? Take us home,
Mo,
baby.
Mo, where you from, bro?
Omaha, Nebraska.
We're from Nebraska.
Yeah, I know people from Nebraska, Sal. Aren't you? I'm marketing. Like, my marketing skills are impeccable.
Tremendous. Well, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah.
We'll figure out. I guess we'll jump on after tomorrow's show and figure out who won.
Yeah. We're the Hot Tag Podcast records every Sunday night, and our episodes come out the following day on Monday. We go over the whole entire week of wrestling. It's a very busy week of wrestling this week, so we'll hop on that. And thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it all. And until next time, America. We need like a cool, catchy Hot Tag Podcast way to sign off.
We need a cool send off.
All right, I have
Keep
an
it
idea.
tight.
All right. Until next time, America. Flames out.
Keep it tight.
Keep it tight. Keep it tight.